Hey guys, how's it going today? We're out here with the 2023 Z400 from Kawasaki, and we're going to do a walk-around video of this bike here. I've also got a ride review and a couple other things that's going to be coming out. This will probably come out first, so depending on when you watch this, there might be plenty more content on my channel with about the Z400. So we're going to do a front to back on this. This is the specs video. So we're going to talk about the horsepower, torque, weight, all that kind of stuff, and the headlight and how it handles, all that kind of stuff. So this is a really fun little bike, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I really like riding this thing. So let's get into it. Hey guys, look at what we got today. We got a KTM Super Dude, a 2018 Triumph Street Triple RS, 24 Z650 Kawasaki at Toma Area Power Sport. Alright guys, here we are with the Z400, the 23 model, and let's do our front to back like we normally do. So we'll start up here with the front end. We got a couple of bug actions going on here because I was riding this guy. I'm gonna take it out again tonight for a little bit. And your front headlight is an LED affair up here. Pretty good headlight for night riding. The brights are pretty decent. It's not as good as like let's say BMW's offerings from the modern stuff, but it's pretty decent, especially for this price of a bike. I do like it. Not perfect, but I do like the headlight. It's decent. This is an ABS model. So you've got a single brake disc on this guy from Nissan. The calipers from Nissan, I mean. The brake disc is a 310 millimeter. And plenty of stopping power in this bike. Nothing special for the stopping situation here, other than ABS, but you know what? For this light bike, this bike weighs 363 pounds wet, I believe, which is pretty light for a street bike, and it feels really light and very nimble. The tires in this guy are not quite a standard size. The front here is, well, they're both Dunlop Sport Max GPR 300s, which are, you know, budget tires, but they're totally fine for road riding and for moderately aggressive stuff. If you're gonna hit the track super hard, you probably want something else, but I don't really do that. So these tires are perfectly fine for me. It's got a 110/70 17 in the front, so 120 is your standard size. This is a little smaller than standard. And the back is a smaller wheel as well for this smaller bike. Let's see, the size here is I think it's a 150 in the back. I'm just looking here so you guys can get a view of it on camera. There it is. 150/60/17. So the good thing is all of the tires are both 17-inch rims, but they're smaller tires because this is a lighter, smaller bike. Braking is real good in this, like I said. I do enjoy the headlight. The turn signals are not LED, regular bulbs in this guy. Here's the motor. A 399cc parallel twin. There's your radiator right there. Radiator cap. In case you need to add some fuel. Add some fuel. Don't put fuel in there. Just need to add some radiator fluid is what I was saying. And yeah, so the parallel twin on this is a 180-degree crank, not a 270, so it doesn't have that MT-07 kind of burble to it, but it really revs out. So the red line on this is something like, I think you hit the rev limiter like 13.5. Yeah, 13,500 is what I mean to say. So it revs out really nicely. The power comes on. You've got 48 horsepower at 10,000 RPM and something like 28 foot-pounds of torque. I'll put the stats here on the screen somewhere. And yeah, it all comes in the top. So this is a sport bike motor. It feels like a sport bike motor. It doesn't have the pull of a 600, of course, but it's really fun. I really enjoy this. This is the stock exhaust arrangement here. We'll hear that in just a second. With a big can on the end. The sound of these bikes can be greatly improved with a slip-on or a full system if you so desire, of course. I put some frame sliders on here to aid in case of a tip over or something like that, which I have not done, but I think the previous owner did because there's a little scrape right there, but nothing else that I could find anywhere. Must have been a parking lot tip over or something, because yeah, I couldn't find any other marks anywhere when I bought this bike. These little clips are for a bag that I have up here. I don't ride like this if I'm sitting here because I would scratch it. I have a top bag that goes on there. All right, let's go around to the other side, talk about the suspension. So the suspension on this is a 41 millimeter non-adjustable front shock, and you know what? I kind of like it. It's not perfect, but perfectly fine for hitting the twisties and stuff. If you're, you know, super performance guy, you might want to upgrade the internals or something on these if you so desire. But really, I don't really have a lot of complaints about this. It's a little stiff, but better to be on the stiff side than on the soft side if you're doing sport riding, because you don't want to have a big squishy situation like some of the older MT-07s and stuff used to be, although they've been updated for 25 now. This is the rear shock here, preload adjustment only. I've got it clicked over to, I believe, 1 away from the hardest setting it can be on. Yeah, for doing sporty stuff, and perfectly fine. I don't really have a lot of complaints back here. It's not perfect, of course, because this is built to a price, but built to a price is not always a bad thing, because everyone's price conscious. I mean, you should be. If you're in the bike market, you don't want to blow all your money, so it works perfectly good for the price. I like it. Here's the chain setup here, and this only has like less than 2,000 miles on it, so everything's in good shape. I've had to adjust the chain once and to get it kind of where it needs to be for slack, but otherwise everything is good. These are the stock tires, and let's do a key turn. Oh, the seat. The seat on this is actually relatively comfortable. I don't mind it. I can ride in this for an hour, and it's not, you know, doesn't have mega padding on it or anything, but I like the seat. I'm impressed, especially for the price point on this. I think that's the theme of this bike, is it's impressive for the price point. It's especially impressive for the price point. I was not expecting to like this machine as much as I do. I really enjoy riding this bike. This is like the first thing I grab to go for a ride, and I got like a, you know, R1200R BMW in there, and I had a Ducati that I just sold, and yeah, I just love riding this thing. It's really easy to ride, really manageable. The clutch is light. It's just super nimble. Okay, we'll give her a start up here. A little putt from the stock exhaust. Give her a little rev. Pretty willing little motor here. It sounds okay. It don't sound like a whole lot with the stock exhaust, but hey, such is the Euro 4 and 5 compliant machines of today, right? Not a whole lot you can do about it. All right, we'll turn it off here and then get it fired back up so you can take a look at the dash here for a second. So you've got a gas gauge on this. Love it. That's good. And you've got a your temp sensor here. This bike does seem to run a little bit warm. Oftentimes when it's hot outside, like 80s and 90s, the bike will be like hovering, not maximum hot, but hovering between like 3 and 4, depending on how fast you're riding. If you're sitting in city traffic, and it just seems to run a little bit hot, but it doesn't feel that hot because it's a small motor on your legs. I mean, you've got a digital, it's LCD speedometer and tach. The tach works well. You can see right there, just a little digital marker that goes up. I don't mind it. I like analog tachs better, but hey, this works perfectly fine. There's your gear indicator. So this bike has something that inexpensive machines didn't used to have. Two things, both a gear indicator and a fuel gauge, which is fantastic for new riders. It's very nice. Very happy that Kawasaki included those things, and ABS too. All right, so let's flip the camera around here and do some final thoughts. All right, guys. Well, what are my thoughts on this? Well, I'll go into more depth here, or I've already gone into more depth on the ride reviews on this bike, but I'm not sure if they're out yet. But my final thoughts on this is I really like this machine. I think that this is probably the best beginner bike on the market. Bang for buck wise, handling wise, the suspension on this I think is better than the stock MT-07 suspension, the old stuff. It's been redone for 25. I haven't been on that machine yet, but those new upside down forks are probably going to be better than this. So yeah, this is just a really good machine. Between this and the SV650, I think it's kind of a toss-up. I would take either. This is really fun if you want a super light, like a sport bike, high revving experience, because the SV650 isn't that. It's not a high revving motor. Very fun motor. My first bike was an SV650. But yeah, this is for a beginner bike. You can go pick these up for anywhere between, depending on the mileage and condition, maybe 3,500, three if you find a smoking deal off season maybe, but maybe like 3,500 to 4,500. Or up to $5,000 if you want one basically new on the used market. So it depends what you're looking for, but these are really inexpensive beginner bikes. Put a little protection on it like that. And I got spools on this too. And in case you tip it over, because you might when you got a new bike, of course, but I just want to make it clear, like, you're not going to go wrong getting this bike as your first bike. I still enjoy it as an intermediate rider. I wouldn't consider myself an advanced rider. I've been riding for a few years, but the guys that I know that are advanced are like advanced track riders, and I'm not quite that. So you got to be real with yourself, right? So as an intermediate rider, I really enjoy hitting the twisties on this thing. I don't think you're going to outgrow this unless you want a ton of power and you live in an area like Florida or something where all there is straight roads and you want to do like really crazy extra legal speeds. This will get up to 100, let's say 90 to 95 pretty quickly. Then once you start climbing to 100, it tapers off. The power kind of tapers off up there in the top of 4th. You're up in 5th, and it has a little juice, but all the fun in this bike is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd gear, to be honest with you. But yeah, you can have fun all the way up to 95 miles an hour on this bike. Plenty of pull, plenty of fun on this thing. You're not going to go wrong. So if you guys have one of these machines, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. We'll talk about it and let me know what you think of the suspension on this. And I got a question for you. What are your favorite tires on this bike? I would like to know. The GPR 300s are fine, but I'm probably going to go